Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the channel with another video. Today is going to be a little bit of a debating video. We are going to be debating who were the best League Two fans that came down to Plough Lane last season. We've done a top 10 and we've got some honourable mentions as well. So yeah, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, comment about anything on the channel, and yeah, let's get to the video. So for 10th place, we've gone with Gillingham. It was the first game of the season at Plough Lane. Last season, they did sell out the away end with 1,200 fans. That's how much the away end holds. Some fans always like, oh, why can't? Well, they just want more. They just want more. But yeah. So in 10th place, we have got Gillingham. It was the first game of the season. Fair play to them. I think every Gillingham fan thought they would have an insane season at the start, but it didn't really go to plan. They brought 1,200 down, created a decent atmosphere. There was no limbs or anything because they didn't score. But I've put them in 10th place. Just because of the fact you can't see limbs. It's kind of hard to rate an away end when they didn't score and you can't see limbs, but they did sell out, so that's very good. I'm going to go 10th place for Gillingham. 9th place, I've gone with Northampton. It was a Tuesday night. Fair play to them. They brought around, they filled around half the away end, 607 they brought out of 1,200. They won the game 2-0. So yeah, it was a decent atmosphere to us, decent limbs. They were first or second in the league table at that time. So for a Tuesday night, which is 1 hour and a half, 2 hours away, it's not that bad for an away following. So yeah, 9th Northampton. 8th, I've gone with Stevenage. I think most people will be shocked. It was a Tuesday night again. They brought around 500 fans out of the 1,200. It was an insane game, 3-2. Ali Al-Hamidi got 2, if any Wimbledon fans remember. But yeah, it was quite an insane game. One of the best scoring games at Plough Lane this season. I thought their limbs was very, very good for their 3 goals, to be honest. The atmosphere was good. I could hear them from the opposite side of the ground, so that's why I've put them in 8th. Some people might be shocked that I've put them that high, but Stevenage go 8th in my eyes. Some of these are very hard to call, by the way, just due to the fact that Wimbledon, like the teams that brought quite a big away following, we had a decent result against them, so it's kind of hard to call. But 7th, I have gone with Grimsby Town. They brought 1,000 out of 1,200 seats in the away end. Absolutely unreal atmosphere that day, to be honest. Fair play to every single Grimsby fan that went, just due to the fact that it's so far. It's so up north, probably about 3.5 hours, 4 hours if they took the coach to get down here. So yeah, definitely if we saw the limbs, if they did score, unfortunately they didn't. 1-1-0 for Ethan Chislett, but if we scored, they definitely would have been higher. So that's my reasoning. So I've put Grimsby Town in 7th. For 6th, I have gone with Swindon Town. They beat us 5-1. It was one of the worst days at Plough Lane this season that most Wimbledon fans experienced. If you haven't watched the Swindon vlog, it is out. It was about a month ago I uploaded it. But yeah, that's out. Swindon Town they sold out the away end, 1,200. Very good support for a game which pretty much meant nothing for both teams. They smacked us 5-1. Very good limbs, decent atmosphere. I feel like if it was a game which meant they could have gone to the playoffs, or if they got saved from relegation or something like that, then I think the atmosphere and limbs would have been much better. But I think Swindon is a very respectable 6th place. Now we enter the top 5 of the league table. I've gone for Leyton Orient. They've gone 5th place. They did sell out a Tuesday night as well, London derby, so it's pretty much expected. We did the same. We brought 1,200 to their place, but I've put them 5th. The atmosphere was actually quite good. I think Leyton Orient were one of the teams that I was pretty much scared to play against. I thought the first 10 minutes were absolutely unreal against us, but then obviously Asau and Pell got 2 just for half-time, so that helped us get the victory over the league leaders. But yeah, Leyton Orient sold 1,200. They did have an offside goal, which the limbs were actually quite good. That's why I've put them this high. But I think every team that sells out the away end or gets near on selling out deserve to be in this list. So yeah, fair play to Leyton Orient. I've put them 5th in the top 10. 4th place into the top 4, I've gone with Bradford City. Fair play to all of them that went down. They brought 1,130 out of 1,200 seats that they could have possibly sold. Fair play to every team. Most of these teams are up north as well, except from Gillingham, Stevenage, Northampton and all those teams. But fair play to Bradford. A 0-0 draw, quite respectable, but I thought they were quite good, to be honest. Bradford always have a decent following. They bring probably good over 1,000 everywhere they go. I've seen in other games they've brought loads to local teams, and even so Wimbledon is 3 hours away on the coach, 4 hours away. So yeah, fair play to them. They brought 1,100 out of 1,200. Decent atmosphere, no goals as well. It's very hard to call because most of these teams didn't actually score at Plough Lane, so they definitely would have been much higher in the list, but I've put Bradford 4th. For third place, I've gone with Mansfield Town. They brought down 905 out of 1,200 for a team that's up north. Everyone that brings over and around that mount is absolutely unreal. Mansfield were in a playoff place. They did beat us 3-1. I thought their limbs were very good. See, it's much easier to call a team and where to put them in the top 10 just because they scored a couple goals. And I thought the limbs were quite good, to be honest. They scored 2 in the second half in front of the away end, which is quite good. Decent atmosphere, but Wimbledon have actually banned drums in the away end. I know Stockport and Mansfield's drum both got taken away, so you can kind of call it on that because some teams need a drum to make an atmosphere. I believe that if you need a drum, then it kind of shows that you can't make an atmosphere without it. But Mansfield actually did quite well to create an atmosphere still, so I've put them third place. Now we enter the top two. Second place, it's quite hard to call between these two, but I have got Stockport County in seconds. They brought 1,100 out of 1,200, which again, absolutely respectable for them. Very up north near Manchester. So any team that's bringing, as I said for Mansfield, any team that's bringing around that or more, or even a little bit less, is absolutely unreal. Taking that many fans all the way to London. I understand that Wimbledon is a new ground for every single team this season, most of them anyway, due to the fact that no one could have gone the seasons before because of COVID and whatever. But still, 1,100 for a team that's chasing promotion is absolutely unreal. Good atmosphere, even without a drum, because it wasn't allowed in. But yeah, I've gone with Stockport second place. And for first place, I have gone with Carlisle United. I thought they were absolutely unreal. I was actually in hospitality for that game, so I was much closer to the away fans. But in a matter of fact, Carlisle is one of the longest trips to get to, and every Carlisle supporter should be proud of going to every far away day this season. Colchester, Wimbledon, Gillingham, if any of those fans went to those games, then absolutely fair play to them. But Carlisle did bring a respectable 1,050 fans, so they only had 150 empty seats, and I thought that's absolutely unreal. And they actually made a decent atmosphere just for a 0-0 draw, all the way down to Little Wimbledon for a 0-0 draw. But generally, they were absolutely unreal. Fair play to them. So I've gone with Carlisle first, Stockport second, Mansfield third. They make up the top three. Then we have, I'm just going to say some honourable mentions, by the way. We'll start with Chesterfield. They brought 550 fans to Wimbledon in the FA Cup. I thought they were unreal as well. It was a cold Saturday night, which no one really wanted to go to, but bringing 500 on an FA Cup weekend down to Wimbledon is quite good. Another honourable mention, I've gone with Weymouth in the FA Cup. I generally thought they were absolutely unreal. I was in the opposite side of the ground. They brought 350 for a National League side team in the FA Cup, going all the way to Wimbledon on a Tuesday night, let's just say. Bringing 350, 400 fans is absolutely unreal, and I thought they made a great atmosphere, to be honest with you. Yeah, that is the end of the video. We've gone Mansfield third, Stockport second, and Carlisle United in first. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts on this, see if you agree with me or not, and yeah, goodbye.